Good morning, my name is Avinash Reddy. Today I am excited to present an in-depth overview of my Java-based library management system project with a special focus on the borrow book feature, its workflow, and how its logic is visualized using Plan2ML. The video begins by introducing a zip folder, which contains a collection of individual Java source files. Each file is designed to represent a distinct component of the library system, for instance, handling book details, member information, borrowing operations, and more. These modular files are then carefully merged into a single unified Java program. This process ensures that the code base remains organized, maintainable, and easy to extend as requirements evolve. Once the program is assembled and compiled, the borrow book feature comes to life. This key function enables users to borrow books from the library efficiently while seamlessly enforcing borrowing rules and tracking user activity. The project is designed not only to facilitate book lending, but also to showcase best practices in object-oriented programming and real-world system design. Let's walk through a typical workflow in the system. Everything starts when the user launches the program, which triggers the main method in the main class. The program begins by creating a library member object with the ID M001 and name Tirimula, initializing the borrow book count to 0. Next, a book object is instantiated titled design patterns in Java. Alongside the book, a book copy object is automatically created to represent the actual physical copy available for borrowing. After these objects are initialized, the workflow continues with the main class calling member.borrowbook. The borrowing process commences with the library members can borrow method, which checks if the member is eligible to borrow more books by ensuring their current borrowed count is less than the maximum limit of 5. Because this is the first borrowing attempt for this member, the eligibility check passes successfully. The book's borrow method is then called, receiving the library member as a parameter. Within this method, the book delegates responsibility to the book copy set taken method. This marks the physical book copy as taken, stores a reference to the borrowing member, and employs the getName method to print out confirmation messages such as book copy marked as taken by Thirimula. Once the status of the book copy is updated, control returns to the library member, which increments the book's borrowed count by 1 and prints a final message, Thirimula successfully borrowed the book. Design patterns in Java. In case the borrowing limit had already been reached, the process would take an alternate route. The eligibility check would fail, and instead of proceeding to book operations, the program would inform the user, borrowing limit exceeded for member, Tirmila. This ensures strict enforcement of borrowing policies, prevents misuse, and maintains accurate records of each member's activities. This workflow highlights clear separation of responsibilities between classes. The main class handles overall program setup, the library member enforces borrowing rules, the book acts as a coordinator, and the book copy tracks the actual status of book copies. By structuring the system in this way, we promote modularity, maintainability, and future scalability. To further enhance clarity and documentation, the video demonstrates how to visualize code execution using Plan2ML. After generating the overall merge code, it's pasted into a Plan2ML editor in plain text format. This editor processes the code to automatically generate a sequence diagram. The diagram visually illustrates the borrow book workflow, depicting the interactions from the user's borrowing request, eligibility checks, updates to book copy status, and confirmation messages. These visuals are invaluable for understanding the transaction flow, validating the system's logic, and communicating design decisions to both technical and non-technical audiences. In summary, this project showcases a robust, modular, and well-architected Java application for library management, emphasizing the borrow book feature. By integrating clean code organization, effective business logic, and automated visualization tools, the system demonstrates professional development standards and a practical approach to software design. The use of UML diagrams not only aids in documentation, but also helps streamline communication throughout the development process. Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope this walkthrough has provided valuable insight into both the code and the system's workflow. If you have any questions or wish to explore specific aspects in greater detail, please feel free to reach out.